Ladies, I don't know if you're like me, but I like my conversations like I like my drinks. Straight, no chaser. Is that job killing your soul? Well, it's time to leave that cubicle farm and dump that job like a bad ex-boyfriend and leap into entrepreneurship full time. I am Linda Otterbridge, your host of the No Plan B Entrepreneur Podcast, where I interview fierce lady bosses who have pursued their dreams and did so without a safety net. Welcome to the No Plan B Entrepreneur Podcast. Today our guest is AB Angela Brand. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about Miss Angela Brand today, and she has a lot going on. So we're going to let her tell you the story on her story. But I'm going to give you a little bit about, I don't feel comfortable saying AB. Can I just say Angela Brand? Or can I just say?
You said Coach AB, just go.
Coach AB. I can do that. Coach AB. So we're talking to Coach AB today. So let's give you a little bit about Coach AB today, and then we're going to get right into this podcast because I've been chasing this one down for 2-3 months, maybe, trying to get her as a guest on my podcast show. So I am so glad to have her and glad she found time for me because she is in the midst of traveling all over the place, doing some shows and some events. So she's busy. So let's get started. AB, Coach AB is a best-selling author, personal brander, publisher, master trainer, certified life coach, certified cognitive behavior CBT coach, certified law of attraction coach. Yes, coach of everything. I love it, love it, love it. Certified business entrepreneur coach, a powerful empowerment and motivational speaker, inspiring individuals all over the world to take ownership. Yes, she said take ownership of who they are, where they've been, and where they are going. She is the founder, CEO of AB Enterprise LLC, AB Coaching Academy LLC has a woman empowerment movement called Queendom Life University. Yes, she said Queendom Life University. I got to say that again because I just love it. She believes in training coaches, authors, and speakers to get paid to be themselves by writing, coaching, and speaking through the AB Life Coaching and Speaking with Power and Passion certification program. Yes, she got programs, y'all. AB believes because of her struggle of rejection and self-identity crisis, being molested multiple times by 6 different men from the age of 5 to 19, she was called to empower women to discover their true purpose in life by embracing their mess as their message. Her mission is to make an impact in the world through her message, motivate people to grow and reach their highest potential. Well, and you know the bio is a lot longer than this, so you're going to have to get on the show to see it. I'm going to have to post this so you can see it. Because she has worked a lot more than what I just said, and what I said was powerful, but she has a lot more going on, so you're going to have to catch it. So anyway, welcome, Miss Coach AB. Boy, I can't wait to get this started. So I'm going to just let you get it going. Did I do okay? Did I want me to share some more?
No, you did. Every time I hear my bio, I'm like, who is that girl? That's the girl.
She is the shiznick.
That's me. AB.
You're Coach AB, the shiznick. So, Coach AB, let's get this party started, girl. Woo, Lord have mercy. Welcome to the No Plan B Entrepreneur Show. So let's get this going. Just start with what it is. Tell us about your business and what led you to jumping in without a net as a No Plan B entrepreneur.
Well, thank you for having me, beautiful woman of grace. I'm so honored to be here. I don't know what to begin. I guess I could begin. I began here. In 2016, I was pastoring for 4 years. Mm-hmm. And I got to the point to where the little girl in me was crying for healing. So I closed the church and I moved to Charlotte, and I isolated myself for about a year and a half. And I focused on my personal growth and development. During that time, I told God that I was never going to speak again. I didn't want to be bothered with people, particularly the church people. And I just didn't want to do it anymore. And my motivation was so low. I had started listening to Les Brown every morning going to work,
Wow.
and he helped bring me back to life.
Mm-hmm.
So I began to go out to different events to hear a little bit of more speaking. I came across Lisa Nichols, and I took her 28 days, no matter what program. And I remember it was like day 25, 26.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I'm still not feeling it. I said, I have 2 days to go. And I said, if she promised that we would be able to do anything we set our mind to do, no matter what.
Yes.
If I didn't feel like I can go again, then I would take it another 28 days. The
Wow.
28th day, I was like, okay, I'm ready to speak again. So I began to plan women empowerment like I've always done. Some different life-changing events happened. I began to go to work, and I would just sit there and cry. And I'm like, it's so much in me.
Mm-hmm.
And coming to this job, I felt like if I died, then I would not have fulfilled my purpose.
Oh wow, that's deep.
So it was like a breaking in me.
Mm-hmm.
You can do more. You can do more. You are more. You have more in you. So I was like, forget it. I'm gonna quit and start my business.
Ooh, now you know. Now you know. You know you're going to start some stuff by saying it, 'cause that sounds so easy. I know it wasn't, but it sounds so easy. So you know.
It sounded so easy, but I tell you, it was hell. It was hell. It was hell. I oh my God.
You're thinking back now, like, what the heck did I do?
So I would go to work, and in that process, I had invested in the book writing coach. I started writing my book, and I was telling people about the book, and I was excited, and I started, motivating people. And I went through one of my life coaching trainings at that time. So I'm like, yeah, I'm ready. God gonna do it. I'm like, boom,
you ready?
I know. I'm about to blow up. I'm about to be a millionaire. Clients gonna come. As soon as I quit my job, clients is gonna come. I mean, everything was gonna be good. I got some business cards made, and I was good. At that time, it was motivating champions, because I wanted to motivate the champions to awaken the inner winner, and we're gonna do this. And yes, so I planned my first conference. Now, I remind you, I hadn't spoken in a year. Planned my first conference called the Queendom Released.
Ooh, I like that.
So
I think your camera just got still on me. Okay, you're back.
Planning a conference, my mom went. She came down and she was like, "Angela, I have something to tell you, but down there by yourself." I'm like, "Okay, what could she possibly tell me?" Right. My biggest issue was getting over the rejection from my father.
Ooh,
I was conceived out of a adulterous relationship. So my whole life, I faced rejection,
right,
because I was the daughter outside the marriage. So when his wife found out, it was like, that was the last time I heard his voice. And it was a very hurtful conversation. I was 19 years old.
Oh, wow.
She get there this Thursday, and I'm excited. I got the word. I'm going to preach about Esther and how God released her into her queendom, how she was called to save the nation. Right. And she came and told me my father died. Oh, it was like, the little girl in me was like, I would never have a relationship with my father. I hadn't seen him in over 20 years.
Oh, my goodness.
Subconsciously, I was looking for him. So everything I did before then, the little girl in me sabotaged everything. I've had other business adventures, but every time I got so far, remember, you're not good enough. Your father don't want you. Right. So here it is. The same day I walked off my job and didn't tell nobody, she come and tell me my father died. And it's 2 days until the conference. I'm like, What did I just do?
Oh, I bet you like
It was like, oh, it's like my
everything.
world just crushed. And I'm like, okay, God prepared me for this. So what I did was my coach had gave me some exercises that I was doing before. So
Uh-huh.
I said, cool, I'm gonna take little Angela to the park because I know right now she needs to release.
Mm,
And
mm.
what I did, I went to the park, I ran, I played, I
Look at that.
I screamed to the top of my lungs. I talked to God, and I was just like, why? Why I never got an explanation? Why this? Why this? Remember,
Right.
it was no plan. I quit my job. Of course, I was driving Uber, Uber driver on the side, but I quit my job. No money,
Girl, you're a real no
nothing.
plan B. You said, oh no, I'm a real
And
plan
yeah,
B.
and I'm like, my heart is
Oh,
crushed. And I'm like, now I got to go speak in front of these people in 2 days, but I'm still grieving something
right.
I never had.
Look at that.
I'm grieving a man I never had a relationship with other than my mind and in my
Right.
dream.
Right.
I had a dream relationship with this man. I had a mind relationship with him. I
Mm,
had an
mm,
emotional relationship with
right.
him. But on this, the adult self have to get herself together so she can go before people and speak a motivating word about releasing your.
Ooh, in 2 days. Mm, mm, mm.
Um, I after I came from the park, I got myself together and I was good. But the day of the Queen of Release was my first time I gave my full testimony.
Look at that.
And it wasn't a dry eye
Ooh, I know they were falling out, just crying, bawling.
in the room. And I was just like, here I am.
This is me.
If this is me, and if I have to,
Mm, mm.
and I remember God kept telling me that night I was crying. He said, Angela, I need you to release it. I need you to release it. I need you to release it. But the little girl in me was like, but that's my father. I never got a chance to develop a relationship. But I kept hearing God say, I need you to release it. I need you to release it.
Mhm.
My pain was attached to my purpose.
Angela, Angela, say that again. Say it again.
My pain was attached to my purpose, or
Look
I
at
can say my purpose was attached to my pain.
yes.
So when I embraced the pain and everything I went through as my truth,
Mm,
that I came up with take ownership. I had to take ownership of who I was.
right.
Yes, I'm a broken little girl, but I'm also a woman with a vision. But there's a broken little girl in me. So I had
Hmm.
to take ownership of where I've been.
Right.
Yes, I was that little girl that was raped and molested and rejected by her father, but I had to accept where I was in life now. Where I've been was connected to where I am because I couldn't move to where I was going
Right.
and deal with where I've been and where I am now. And that's what to take ownership. And sometimes in life, we can't take that leap because we focus on what we did in the past, what didn't work in the past,
Hmm.
walked out on in the past, who rejected us in the past. So
Right.
when I got over that fact, now I can accept the decision I made to walk off my job and really to do this. And my motto is at all costs. It cost me something to walk off the job. It cost me something to get before people.
Mm,
It cost me something to coach with my clients because we deal with real life issues.
exactly.
So it
Ooh,
was like
girl.
when connected to my purpose, there is no plan B. I'm going to do this or I'm going to die. I'm
Mm,
going to do
mm,
this and I'm going to die. There is no retirement. There is no retirement.
mm, mm, mm.
Damn. So therefore, there is no plan B.
Now, when I said that, no plan B entrepreneur, people are like, what do you mean no plan B? Meaning people who do this and said this is the only option. There are no options to quit, go back. None, this is it. Meaning
Oh,
that's a real desire, a real commitment, real responsibility, real accountability to go one way, and that's forward, straight up, forward, straight up. So
Yeah.
now that's a true kind of no plan B.
And
I'm just like, I'm listening at you going, you did what? Did you just say no plan, no money, no nothing? You had nothing? And then
no.
for that to happen 2 days before, you got ready to shoot out, and
Remind this the
launch.
first time I spoke in over a year.
Oh my goodness.
And I had to open myself and really be vulnerable. Remind you, I wasn't preaching, I was motivational speaking.
Mm, mm, mm.
What I
All I know is I'm just like, I'm listening to you, and I want a fan first because I was kind of hot because you got me kind of hot. So I'm gonna have to fan a little bit. I'm sorry because just thinking about it, when I hear stories like this, because I am on the cubicle farm, I'm still a 9 to 5er. I get so like, I'm like, wow, I wish I could just do it. I'm just listening at you going, oh, I don't know if I can do that. That's kind of
well,
scary.
it is, but I've always been so ambitious and just so self-driven,
Mm-hmm.
self-motivated. And my mom, she was like, you gonna do what? And people was
Oh,
like,
I bet. People
"What?
are like, wait a minute now.
I'm gonna do it.
What did you say? It's just like, if
My
y'all missed the video, I'm sorry. You got to see her face and everything. It's hilarious.
thing was, I have helped build other people's dreams for 41 years.
See?
Well, I've been working since I was 13 years old. So I've been helping building other people ministries,
Real time in.
other people job. I'm fulfilling their dream. When am I going to commit to fulfill what God gave me?
Yes.
And this is something that I stick with, and this was really a shift in my business, in my mind, right? When Miles Monroe died, he said, live full and die empty.
I love it.
Now, for many years, I've been saying I'm gonna write this. But remember, I paid the coach, and there is still no book. Okay, so I got it. I said, you know what? I don't want to leave this world with all the books still in me, with all the ideas still in me, with all the messages God has given me to give people still in me.
Mm.
So at that point, I became unstoppable. Within a year, I've released four, did 4 books.
Look at you. Girl, you sound
Well,
like my husband. My husband got so many ideas and books. He said the same thing. I'm getting these out.
well, actually 5, 2 book collaborations and 3 books I did on my own. I did two book collaborations. I did a workbook, and I'm working on my next book that will be released in September. So I
The
just
AB brand is on fire.
that's my this girl.
Oh my goodness, fire! Exactly. Y'all got Mr. Dance too. I'm sorry. If you just listen to the podcast, I'm sorry. You gotta watch it. It's like because yes, the AB brand is real. So you just keep it moving because keep your energy level up like you are because you got a lot to do, a lot to say, and a lot going.
Yeah. Now, remember when I told God that
Oh,
I wasn't going to speak. So when I hear Alicia Keys' Girl on Fire, it reminds me of the fire God put in me. When he relit that fire, it's something that nobody can ever put out.
there you
And
go.
I don't speak until I hear Alicia Keys' Girl on Fire, because it reminds me of the fire God put in me. If you really listen to the lyrics of the song,
Now
it
I've never heard you speak, and just saying that I would have never known that. I said this AB brand is on fire. Would have never known that is your song.
every time I speak, I come out to Girl on Fire.
Oh my goodness,
You're like you gonna do your song right. I'm
you
gonna
know it.
I'm gonna do my song. And by the time that song ends, I'm in tears. Because it put me in a place of a low place, being dry, feeling like you've been forgotten, looked over,
Mm-mm.
after being drugged through the mud, after being abused, I'm still on fire.
Still on fire.
What you did to me didn't kill me. It pushed me. That's why this girl is on fire means so much to me. The one of the lyrics say, if you look at her eyes, you can see the flame. When she put her feet on the ground, her feet is a fire.
I'm gonna have to get that song and really listen to it. I've never listened to it like that because you're breaking it down because of everything you've gone through, and everybody has something that keep them moving, keep them pushing forward, and that's yours.
Yeah, she kept saying she gonna let it burn, baby, burn. This girl is on fire.
I can't wait to get off here just to play it now, because every time I hear it now, I'll be thinking about you, like, oh, watch her, y'all. Y'all better not sleep on her, because
this girl is on fire. Yes.
Angela, I'm so glad to hear the backstory. Because I told you what's on paper is not what I'm hearing right now, so I knew there was more to it. That paper just black and white. You just gave us a nice version. That's a nice version, but we get the real version out of your mouth. That's what I like to hear, the real version. This is the clean version.
Right. You get the real, you get the queen version.
I gotta see you. I gotta find you off here.
Well, I'm going to be in Detroit.
You're going to be in Detroit soon. So we're going to have to get there and get you. So we're going to talk more about where we're going to let her tell you where she's at everywhere. But we're going to let you, we'll get to that at the end. But we're going to move this because I know this is, I'm trying to keep it at 30 minutes. Try to. But we're going to move along. But thank you for that introduction, because that leads the rest of the way. You don't have to say, actually, I can wrap this up right now. You just said everything. But we're not going to do that because there's a lot more.
Yes, there's a lot more.
There's a lot more. Tell us about your business ventures and partnerships you have going on. Any partnership or business ventures you have going on with other people?
Well, the clients that I brand and train, we develop a partnership as a part of their training and connection with me. They get a chance to be speakers for the Queendom Takeover Tour.
Oh.
Not only do I get the opportunity to coach them and train them, but we partner. We bring our brands together that helps create them a platform, be seen and be heard as well.
I like that.
And then for me, it's marketing, because when I open, by the time I get up and speak, you've seen everybody I trained. You've seen everybody I trained.
Y'all, she's on fire. So y'all better listen. She already told you, so you know she coming with a non-traditional approach. So she said, no, I already know. I already got my ambassadors, my people. I really don't have to get up there and say anything, but I will. But I'm pre-branded. She said, you pre-branded, huh? You go ahead with your pre-branded. I love it, though. They come before you, and they talk you up and talk your brand up before you step out, so you don't have much to say. I love your AB brand marketing because it's beautiful. I get it.
Yeah, a lot of people talk about, okay, yeah, I train this person, that person, but I get to say, here they go, and you see the fruit of working with me. So
she is not playing, y'all. She is not playing. Just saying. But I love it. I love your approach, and I love that you do the coaching, the teaching, the university, and then get them to come with you on your journey so people can see your work firsthand.
Right. I get a chance to help them create classes, products, services. So, I do what I do, and then it's up to them to do what they do.
How long have you been doing this? Because I know we heard about the journey, but how long have you been doing this? Like, you leaped out there. How long ago? I don't think we got to that part.
The end of 2017.
Wait a minute. There's not a 5-year, 10-year thing. Did you say 2017? And then she said the end of 2017.
The end of 2017. Matter of fact,
all this, and it's just 2019.
Yes, the Queendom Release Conference was October 11, 2017.
You should be batting your eyes. Then she batting her eyes, people. You should see them eyelashes. She batting because she knows she bad. When you bat like that, you already know. So you're like, woo, woo. And now she's fanning. So if you haven't seen it, you gotta see the live, because she had a fan a minute ago. Now she fanning, because when you're on fire, you gotta fan yourself every once in a while.
I trained my first student. We started August 2017.
Look at you.
And did nobody never know. Like my assistant now, she was a part of my second class. She never knew it.
She said her.
They never knew it.
She said her assistant. I've been around 6 years and still don't have an assistant. Will somebody help me, please? This is about her assistant. She know I gotta mess with her. I already told her how this interview gonna go, so y'all bear with us. This is not a formal interview. This is conversational. We doing our thing by being ourselves. So sorry.
You know what I did? I'm gonna tell you a secret to it.
I love it.
The question coming up next. This is what I did. When a lot of people don't do it, I began to listen to Bob Proctor, Les Brown, Nichols, Jim Rohn, Tony Robbins, Mel Robbins. I began to just listen to Earl Nightingale. And one of the things that I did, I took heart to everything they were saying.
She just dropped y'all nuggets. If you write them down, people.
I didn't let anything pass that I caught in my spirit.
Look at that.
And when they talk about making money is easy, I'm like, well, shoot, why I've been struggling all these years? I mean, well, you know, what's going on? So I took to what they were saying. I was applying it. And then I began to, another part of my bio, it says that I listened and read over 1,000 things.
Yes.
So what I did every day, I was listening, reading something, watching a video. I would stay up all night because I wanted, and they said, if you do something every day, you will become the expert. So I did it every day because I wanted to master what I did. I wanted to be the come-to person. If people mention coaching or speaking or branding, AB, that that's what I wanted. And I knew I wanted.
Right.
I wanted to reinvent myself. I wanted to be the person that I was seeing in my visions. If people was coming to me, oh, I see millions, I see prosperity. Okay, where is it? So when I gather, I have to create it. And this is something that I teach my students. I say, we don't provide service.
Come with it now. I see it coming. Take
the mindset that you're providing a service.
Yes.
What you're doing, you are creating a service.
Look at that. Creating a service, not providing.
Right. You can go to McDonald's, they provide service for you. And providing service is a mindset of an employee. But creating something is a mindset of a business owner.
I hope y'all writing that down for y'all no plan B. Y'all want to get out there full time, write that down if you don't do anything else.
So what I did, the classes and the things I was listening to, I'll begin to look for what they didn't provide, what they didn't create in their and I incorporated in mine.
Bat those eyes again, people, because she knows when she hit that nail on the head, them eyes just get to bat because she knows she on fire. And then she said, boom, just look, I know y'all hear it.
If you keep reading through the Bible, also says she dropped nuggets. So you have to listen to
catch up. I know y'all want to get off this podcast, but we got a long way to go. And you know she done dropped how many we don't even go about questions now. We're just gonna let you talk. Yeah, keep fanning because this it's about to get real hot. So you talked about a lot, but what I would like to know, one thing, out of all the benefits of jumping right in, all the great things you just said, give me one or two things you would have done differently, if any, because you may be done. Give me one or two things.
What I would have done different is seek more to change my paradigm.
Oh, talk a little bit more about that. Seek more. Oh, you got a little time.
I hear a lot of people talk about, oh, there's a paradigm shift and all that, but they have no clue of what a paradigm is. Not a more what a paradigm is. So when I began to dig, I had some limited beliefs that I didn't know that I had, those
Right.
pertaining to money, wealth, possessions.
Mm-hmm.
So the more I dug in on one particular, listen to Bob Proctor, and another nugget, Think and Grow Rich.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people read it, but I began to study it on a
Big
daily basis.
difference. Big difference.
It's different. Repetition is one of the biggest things that you can do. If you got to read the chapter over and over every day until something shift in your paradigm, a
Oh,
paradigm,
get my pen, people. Sorry. Go ahead.
a paradigm is a programming or belief system of the cycles we repeat subconsciously. In order to shift a paradigm, you have to know your behavior patterns. That's
Right.
where the CBT coaching comes into, because I
Yes.
want to help people break their patterns,
Mm-hmm.
their limited beliefs they didn't know they had. So I had to really dig into, okay, I raised my kids on welfare.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to build a business. I don't know what success look like for
Right.
me. I don't know how to properly manage money,
Mm-hmm.
let alone build a successful business. So I
Mm-hmm.
would have seen more to really dig into the patterns that I had that landed me up in the same situation
Right.
subconsciously. We
Right.
have patterns that every couple of months, every couple of years, we back in the same place
Mm-hmm.
because that's the behavior pattern people don't know how to shift.
Right.
And you can't go to church and dance and sow a seed over it. It's something that you subconsciously do time and time again
Right.
to put you back in a place of always needing and wanting. So
Mm.
I would have seen
Break the
change
pattern.
that first before I even begin to build a business. What do building a business look like? What do starting a successful business look like first?
Right.
Because coming from where I'm from, I didn't see anybody build a business.
Mm-hmm.
So when I went blind with no plan B, I'm like, I can treat this as a hustle. But
Mm-hmm.
that's what we used to.
Yep.
So the more I dug into the study and the listening, I'm like, I still have a poverty mindset because I started something and didn't have any capital. I went on a wish and a prayer it would happen,
Mm-hmm.
not really believing it would happen.
Mm.
So in the back, I would have took my time. I would have started setting aside money to fund my dream.
Right. Right.
And listening story really motivated me in that area. She gave up her house and her car, moved in with a roommate, and saved for 3 years, and came out with $62,000. She
Ooh.
said she paid her bills and she lived off the 131,000, and then she started her business with the other
Look at that.
31,000. And she began to go to the same workshop over and over again until she got it.
Now
So
that's a
when you
revelation.
right, when you're really hungry, you seek where you are weak at, and then you build that up. See, we've been taught to worry about your strengths,
Right.
but if your strength gets stronger, your weakness gets stronger as well. So I focus on where I was weak at, and I began to build that
Right.
and made that my strength.
Girl, that's CBT. Just say CBT. If it's
The
CBT.
behavior,
Oh yes.
yes.
I work in a behavioral health counseling center, and I know because them therapists coming there talking about. I say, change the pattern, change the behavior. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And
Change.
that's the biggest
Mm-hmm.
challenge. And I love my church people, but that's the challenge with the church.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest
Woo! That's a whole different podcast, girl. I'm going to have you come back and talk about church. Church. No, I can't do that. You may no. I'm gonna have to have you back for part 2. I'll just put that back. Say that. I know you got a lot to say. I can tell you got a lot to say.
and that's my biggest audience and my biggest client base is those, because I want to help you put God's word in perspective.
Look at that.
That's the difference. See, when they hear the preacher preach, they're preaching to motivate you and to draw you closer to God and all those things, and tell you the 1-2 step, and this is what you do. But life coaching shows you and guides you into how to do it. So that's why I say life coaching saved my life, because it caused me to reflect in and
Right.
stop the jumping, stop the running, stop the fasting,
Right.
stop go and see, stopping to turn around 3 times and all of that, and deal with what's broken inside me and stop trying to pray it over. And
And you guys thought that, see, and that's the internal growth. That's the internal work. And people don't think about the internal work. Because it is. It's just, yeah, get out there and do your own thing. But if you're broken and you just have mess inside, you're gonna have mess outside.
yeah,
Because you leave
people,
that 9 to 5 at night, it's gonna carry and drive, follow you wherever you go.
and I don't care how many times you fast, how many times you pray,
Oh,
how many times you go to the altar, if
yes.
brokenness is still in you and you still, have those behavior patterns,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to trickle over into some other area in your life.
Yes. Yes.
And my job as a coach is to help you identify it, break it, and create new habits, then make your money getting paid for it.
Yeah, I better follow her after this show. But she's gonna give you the information where to follow her because you're gonna need her. Because I'm gonna need her when I get ready to take my leap, jump, dive. I don't know what I'm gonna call it. When I do leave, because we're gonna be needing you, Miss AB, Miss Angela Brand, Miss Girl on Fire, Miss. We're gonna be needing all that when we take that leap because we carrying some stuff and we
Yeah,
don't want to carry that baggage with us. So
exactly.
y'all gonna have to look her up after the show. But right now, right now, I don't even know what else to ask now because I would just like you to I really don't because there's so much stuff on here I want to, but basically you've covered most of it. But what I would like to know is, um, we talked about the strategies you've taken. We already talked about that. Supports and mentors. You've talked about the books, your mentors, who you've read, who you've listened to. We've talked about it. Do you encourage anyone to go it alone? What do you think about people who figure they don't need all that and want to do it alone?
They're ready to fail.
Yep, if you on here, she's just told you.
Number one, successful people get life coaches and mentors. And I remember I was listening to an interview Oprah spoke on, and I asked her how many coaches did she have. She said she had 4 coaches.
Look at
Now,
that.
if Oprah Winfrey, one of the wealthiest women in the world, have 4 coaches,
Mm,
how many do you think you should have? I would recommend somebody to have a coach in every area of their life.
I like that.
Now, if you can't afford that, you begin to find somebody you can follow for every area of your life. Excuse me, unless that person can cover every area. I have people that I go to. If I'm single, as far as my dating.
Hmm.
I have a coach that I listen to for that. I have a coach I listen to for my personal growth and development,
Hmm.
financial aspect, emotional.
Wow.
I also do a worship and embracing your femininity. I have a femininity coach that I listen to. So you have to know who you need for every area of your life. Just like when you're in school, you have different teachers for every subject.
Right. Hmm.
Every teacher teaches different, but they make the complete package for you to get prepared to go to the next grade. And that's how it is in life. You need somebody who specializes in finances, who specializes in business, who
Right.
specializes in inner healing, who specializes in personal growth, who specializes in mental health, so that you can become a whole person and really walk in your queendom.
I
We
like
did not
that.
we did not cover this. A lot of people hear the word queen or queendom and instantly think about a crown.
Right.
I
Hmm.
don't teach on the crown.
Please tell us what the queendom is.
I'm probably one of the only people that go by queen who do not teach on the crown. I focus on the DOM. You having dominion
Mm,
in your mind, in
right.
your emotions, in your spirit, in your body.
Now
Not
that's a different take.
that's it, and not having a dominion over your job or
Right.
your church or your home, but this space that God has given you to take up on earth.
Mm, hmm.
My job is to help you be emotionally whole, mentally whole, spiritually whole, making sure you know what it means to make you happy, to make
Right.
you for who you are, what you want, what your desires are, what pleasures you,
Right.
and help you create a roadmap so that you can live your queendom life.
We got to get that queendom lifestyle going on because it is more than a lifestyle. It's a movement. It is a movement, people. So we
Yes.
got to get onto that queendom, not the crown queendom, the DOM, dominion.
Yes.
I'm so glad you touched on that because I would have never thought to ask that question because it is just, we say queendom. What does that mean? But that is a whole different take on the queendom. That when people talk about, oh, hi, queen, good morning, queen. It's a little bit bigger than that. It's a little bit stronger than that. And it is, we got
So
to get on that queendom. Right.
this is my I have.
Mm.
When queens show up, they show up bold but beautiful,
Oh,
courageous but calm, fierce but feminine.
I love the courageous but calm because we can be courageous, not calm, but I
Yes.
like that because it's a whole different set.
It's a whole different thing.
We
It's
got,
a different thing. You can hear me roar as a lion, and I don't even open my mouth.
look at that. Now that's a calmness that'll scare some people, the quiet before the storm. But that's a different way of handling yourself. That you don't have to get all outside the box. It's a different way, but you get your point across, kind of thing.
Exactly.
We're gonna have to do this again. I gotta get to Detroit. That's all I know. I gotta get to Detroit. I have to get to Detroit, people. So, but what I gotta do is get off this podcast right now because I can be on here. Because she got me so locked in right now. I'm thinking I'm just thinking. I'm so locked in. I'm thinking. And I've stopped writing. I took a
Wait a
couple.
minute, hold on.
She's fanning again. She's fanning because she's not like that. That's the fire. She's fanning again. I love it. I love it. I love it. All I want to know is what's next for you. No, I want you to leave. You already left a nugget about the coaches and don't do it alone. You talked about your lessons. Advice that you would give future no plan B entrepreneurs because you said no coach. Any other advice you want to give? What's next for you? And tell people where to find you. You can wrap it all up in one if you like.
Okay, so advice, I would say get a vision of your power team, the people that you need in your corner to help you manifest your dream. I had my assistant, I had to put it on my refrigerator, my power team. I broke down the characteristic, how I want her personality to be. I knew I didn't want her to have any young children. I had all this, and she came and she was more than what I written down. So get
Look
a
at
clear
that.
of who you need on your team and
Power
what you
team.
need them to do. This
Okay.
is what you need them to do. Byproduct call your mastermind. That's what it's referred to, and Think and Grow Rich. Queendom Takeover Tour is what's next. We've already did Dallas, and we're headed for Atlanta June 8th. The Queendom Takeover Tour, this is a movement, like I told you, with the speakers and the coaches that I train, and I promise to help you take over your mind, emotions, and spirit. This year's theme is called I Dominate.
I dominate.
I dominate. Last year I began to pick one word a year that I stand on for the whole year. Last year was determination because I was a person who was always giving up, giving up, giving up. So I knew determination would see me through the whole year. Determination see me through training my students. Determination helped me fulfill the writing of 3 books last year. Determination help me with building my business, keep seeking to improve it. So I get one word that you can stand on. So when storms come, I can say I'm determined. So this year my word was dominate. I'm determined to dominate in everything that I do. So that's my message throughout the tour is to help you dominate the next. What is your next level? So you can reach me, the Queendom Coach.
Come on, where can we find you?
Can
you repeat that?
You can reach me at the Queendom Coach on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. This the Queendom Coach. You can Google it.
She's everywhere. If you put Queendom Coach in, you will find her.
Then Queendom, www.Queendom Life University. Those of you who want to get paid to be who you are and need to get branded, training, You can come see me. I'm more than happy to serve you and help you create your queendom life.
She just opened a door for you guys, so there's no reason to say I don't know if she's open to it. She just gave an invitation, so take advantage of it.
Yes.
Take advantage
My
of it.
purpose is to help you fulfill your purpose and get paid for it.
I love, girl. I don't even want to hit this. I don't even
Okay,
want to hit this button.
I'm gonna say this and we're gonna stop.
Ooh.
So you know how you do something, people like, oh, everybody who was here that's supposed to be here. I say, baby, I'm not called to 10 people.
Mm-mm.
I'm not content with 10 people being here no more. I need booties in the seats. Because people
I love you.
Hear my message.
She said, I'm not hearing that. Who's supposed to be here? No. I need
That is a poverty mindset.
Oh.
That's
why she's coming back, people. She's coming back talking about poverty mindset. That's why she's coming back. Because you know we don't want to hit this button in this podcast, but we have to. But you are coming back because I will have you back. And we got to talk so much more. But I just thank you. And that's why I've been chasing you down for all these months. Because I knew you had something with you. I just didn't know what.
Chasing the fire!
Oh, y'all heard her. That's how you end a podcast. That is how you end the podcast. So anyway, thank you for being our guest. Thank you for coming on the No Plan B Entrepreneur Straight No Chaser podcast show. And we will be seeing you again. We wish you well. Congratulations and all the blessings and your booties in the seat for all your events and everything you have. I hope to see you in Detroit soon. Thank you. Y'all better follow her. You better find her. That's all I can say.
Takeover tour also on Facebook.
Oh, she said that's more. Did she just say? See, she don't know how to just stop. That's why she's on fire. She holding her head down. If you're not watching, I'm sorry. She's on fire. That's all I gotta say. Thank you for being a guest.
Thank you.
You better find her. Bye.